Welcome. In this tutorial, let's see how to configure your CodeIgniter application with PostgreSQL database. First, you need to have a proper installation of your Apache stack with Apache server, PHP, and also the PostgreSQL database. For this example, I am using XAMPP as my Apache server, my local server, and I have installed PostgreSQL from Enterprise DB. If you haven't installed PostgreSQL, you can install in the way you need. The most simple way would be to just go to Enterprise DB website and install executable for your OS environment. I have also downloaded the CodeIgniter from CodeIgniter.com website, and I have a clean installation, the default CodeIgniter application there, and I can load it through my browser, the home page. Next, our next step is to the first step is complete. It's okay for you, I hope. And the second step is to verify I can connect with my PostgreSQL database manually. Here I need to connect the created server, and I need to select the database I need to use for this application. If you have any problems of connecting your server, make sure you have enabled the PostgreSQL service. Means if you are using Windows, you can check it in your services whether its PostgreSQL service is running. So let me see as I remember. Yes, here you can check yes, this is the service you need to check, PostgreSQL 9.0, as I am using 9.0 version, and the service status is started. If this is not started, you need to start it by right click here, and you need to start it. Here it's already running, so no problem with service, and it just works fine. So I come back here, and if you have such connecting problem, make sure you have enabled that service. And here I create a separate database as VI test, the dummy database, and I need to connect this database with my application. So our next step is to enable the relevant and required extension for PostgreSQL. You can find it in your PHP INI. Here I am using XAMPP, so I can easily find my PHP INI here. It's already open. So let's search where this settings is. Just search as PGSQL. Just enter this string and search. Here it is there PHP PD or PGSQL. This is actually the PostgreSQL driver for PDO. If you are using PDO as your database engine within MySQL, actually this is not the required. Yes, this is the required extension, PHP underscore PGSQL, PostgreSQL for PHP. You need to enable this extension by removing this semicolon. Here I have already enabled this extension, so I do not need to enable it again. And if you are using PDO instead of MySQL or MySQLi, so in that case you can enable this PDO PostgreSQL drive also. So after you do any change in PHP ini, you need to restart your Apache server. Okay, so our third and fourth steps are complete now. So now if you need, in this stage you can write simple PostgreSQL query like finding PostgreSQL version. You can run it through PHP and make sure you have your environment supports PostgreSQL and your installation works fine. So okay, now let's continue with changing our database settings in our CodeIgniter framework file to get support for this PostgreSQL. So in NetBeans, I have opened the database.php, the database settings. In CodeIgniter you can port any database, different database like MySQL, Microsoft SQL and PostgreSQL, SQLite. Likewise, different kinds of database you can configure using this database.php configuration file. Here you need to change these database settings for your PostgreSQL database. So the host name in localhost, as I'm using my local server in PostgreSQL in my local environment. You can also supply the IP address here if you want, and the username is PostgreSQL. And the password is the one that you provided with the installation. You provided here. I use the same password, and the database is CI test, the database I created before, and the DB driver is for PostgreSQL. It should be Postgre. Yes, this should be the DB driver for PostgreSQL database. And other settings just keep the default, and you may need to provide the port number. Here I will give it here. For PostgreSQL, this is not MySQL, the 3306 port, that's for MySQL. Here I need to provide PostgreSQL port. You can find the port in this server details. Your PostgreSQL server, you can check the properties. You can get it here also. You can find all the connection details here: PostgreSQL hostname, port number, and the username. These details. Here I am not using the default 5432, the default port number for PostgreSQL. I am using port number with my choice. So it should be this is the correct port, but we will give the wrong port number and check how the application responds. Yes, actually I need to do something that connecting with database. I need to run some demo query. So for that I'm calling my database and finding which database version that my PostgreSQL is running. So yes, I have pasted this line of code in my controller, and I am finding which PostgreSQL version. If everything is okay, this should give me the PostgreSQL version, and I know this my port number is wrong, but I need to make sure my application is responding. Index.php and this URL. What is? Yes, obvious. This error is obvious. Unable to connect PostgreSQL server. So it gives me a hint and prompts whether to check my DB settings are okay. So now I am using the correct port number and trying to get the result. Yes, this time it works, and CodeIgniter gives me the PostgreSQL version of the PostgreSQL database that I have installed. So everything is okay, and I have connected PostgreSQL database through my CodeIgniter application. So hope this tutorial will help you to get started with the CodeIgniter application with PostgreSQL. Thank you for watching.